Ever wondered what it would be like watching a video with strange images and what have you? And once you watch it, you get a phone call, and a mysterious voice will tell you that you will die in a certain amount of days. That's exactly what's going to happen in this film I'm going to review. Let's talk about The Ring, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2002 supernatural horror flick, The Ring, released by DreamWorks, directed by Gore Verbinski, who would later go on to give us most of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, Rango, and several others. From a screenplay by Aaron Kruger starring Naomi Watts, Martin Henderson, David Dorfman, Brian Cox, and Daveigh Chase. It's a remake of the 1998 Japanese horror film simply called Ring by Hideo Nakata, based on Koji Suzuki's 1991 eponymous novel. Excuse me, I got a little. Watts portrays a journalist who investigates a cursed videotape that seemingly kills the viewer 7 days after watching it. I gotta say, this film was a big surprise. And it was pretty big and what have you. Anyway, this would be so big, we would get English language remakes of a couple other Asian horror films in the years after, including The Grudge and Dark Water. But for now, let's get into the story. Teenagers Kay and Becca discuss an urban legend about a cursed videotape. Whoever watches it dies 7 days later. Kay confesses that she watched the tape with her friends the previous week. That night, Kay is killed by an unseen force. At Kay's funeral, her mother Ruth asks her sister Rachel, a Seattle journalist, to investigate the death. Rachel discovers that Kay's friends were killed in bizarre accidents on the night of her death. She also learns that Becca has been institutionalized after witnessing Kay's death. Rachel goes to Shelter Mountain Inn, the mountain retreat where Kay and her friends watch the tape. She rents the same cabin and watches the tape. It contains strange and disturbing imagery. After the tape ends, she receives a phone call from an unknown caller who whispers, 7 days. Rachel recruits the help of her video analyst ex-boyfriend, Noah, and he watches the tape, and Rachel makes him a copy so they can both investigate where it came from. Rachel begins to see images from the tape appear in the real world. She discovers hidden imagery of a lighthouse and identifies a woman on the tape, a horse breeder named Anna Morgan, who committed suicide after some of her horses drowned themselves off Moscow Island. Rachel finds their son Aiden watching the videotape. Leaving Aiden in Ruth's care, Rachel heads for Moscow Island to speak to Anna's widower, Richard, while Noah travels to Ila Psychiatric Hospital to view Anna's medical files. On the ferry to the island, a horse is spooked by Rachel and leaps to its death. On the island, she discovers Anna had an adopted daughter, Samara, but Richard denies it. Rachel speaks to the island doctor, who explains that Anna adopted Samara due to her infertility. Samara possessed the ability to psychically etch images onto objects and into minds tormenting her parents and their horses. Noah finds a psychiatric file on Samara, which mentions a missing video record last seen by Richard. Returning to the Morgan home, Rachel finds the missing video, watching it to discover Samara explaining her powers during a psychotherapy session. Discovering Rachel, Richard strikes her and then electrocutes himself in the bathtub, insisting that Samara is evil and that Rachel's actions have endangered them all. Noah arrives and he and Rachel enter the barn. In a loft converted to a bedroom to isolate Samara from her mother, they find an image of a tree behind the wallpaper. Rachel recognizes it as a tree at the Shelter Mountain Inn. Alright, now for the ending, procedure 5 seconds to stop. Go to the description box, fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Let's see. Okay. Rachel returns with Noah to the cabin at Shelter Mountain Inn, where they are led to a wall beneath the floorboards. They remove the lid and Rachel is pushed inside. A hand grabs her, and Rachel experiences a vision of Anna suffocating and dumping Samara into the well, where she survived for 7 days. Samara's corpse resurfaces from the water after Rachel is rescued from the well. They arrange a proper burial for Samara. Noah tells Rachel that they are now safe as more than 7 days have passed since she watched the videotape. Aiden warns Rachel that it was a mistake to try to help Samara. Rachel realizes that Noah's 7 days are up and rushes to save him, but the vengeful ghost of Samara materializes on his TV screen, crawls out of it, and kills him. Rachel finds his disfigured corpse and returns home to destroy the tape. Unable to deduce why she was spared, she realizes that the videotape seen by Noah and Aiden was a copy she'd created. Rachel has Aiden make a copy of the copy to show to someone else, saving him from Samara. End of story. Alright, so what did I think of The Ring? Well, I have to say, I've watched this a few times and what have you, but I actually really like it. It's really good. It's really good for a PG-13 rated horror flick. And like I said, it was really, really freaky in parts. But hey, I wasn't really scared or what have you. I'm not scared by much horror flicks. They're just movies and what have you. But they are you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it was just so incredible. This was just, yeah. Anyway, since its release, which the film was actually released on this day, October 18, 2002, which henceforth today is the film's 20th anniversary. The film received mostly positive reviews, with critics praising the atmosphere, which I totally agree, and the visuals, yep, and the performance of Naomi Watts, who played Rachel. I gotta say, she was really good. Playing Aiden is David Dorfman. Now, I've heard the name before. Yes. Yes, he'd later go on to play Jedediah Hewitt in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, which would come out the following year. Let's see. And he's also appeared in lots of other films and what have you. So, just trying. Yeah. Okay, next is Marion Henderson playing Noah. What? Yeah, he was pretty good too. I think this was the film that kind of in a way marked, well, a big breakthrough for him. I know he would appear in some other films and also appear in the last bit of Britney Spears' Toxic video. Yes, which, who could forget that? Okay, I know. I was only playing, having some fun with y'all. Um, Next, Samara is played by Daveigh Chase, who recently had lent her voice to half of the recent the anime feature Lilo and Stitch, which was released a few months before this the same year. Playing Richard is Brian Cox, who the following year would be featured in the second X-Men film, X2. He played William Stryker, and he's been in other films. And Shannon Cochran plays Anna. And, well, there's lots of others. We have Amber Tamblyn as Kate and Rachel Bella as Becca. So anyway, I thought this was pretty good. It's got a pretty good cast, and I do like its atmosphere and visuals, as I've already said. And the score from Hans Zimmer was really good. Gore Verbinski's direction was pretty good as well. Anyway, the film did so well, it went on to make $249 million worldwide. It would later go on to have two follow-ups and what have you, with The Ring 2 coming out in 2005, and I've only seen that one time. I was thinking of giving it a second chance, but I failed to, but I'm not sure. I might, if it ever shows up again, I will watch it and maybe review it someday. And just last month, I watched the third film, Rings, and I wasn't too thrilled with it. That film bombed big time. Anyway, so, yeah. I'm almost sure that it. Well, okay, well, it factually didn't bomb. It just didn't do too well. So, forgive me. But anyway, I really like it. The story's good, the direction, visuals, atmosphere, the cast, the score from Hans Zimmer, they were all absolutely really good. So, in the end, would I recommend The Ring? The answer is hell yeah. This is one flick you've got to check out. If you haven't seen The Ring, then this is one flick you gotta see. Before you even watch, maybe, yeah, I think this is the first, since this is the first English language remake of an Asian horror film, I think this is one you should see before you watch The Grudge or Dark Water. Even though I've only seen that film one time. I've seen The Grudge, I think, 2 or 3 times. But The Ring I like the most. But you don't have to take my word for it. So what are your thoughts on The Ring? Please tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my TV log on Netflix's hit show Stranger Things. Thank you for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out some of these other films I have done that are really psychological or supernatural. In the upper left hand corner is my review of Orphan from 2009. The upper right hand corner is my review of the prequel, Orphan First Kill. Or if you would like something more supernatural, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of Paranormal Activity. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.